Howdy guys, it's Luke at Geekgaming Scenics, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you why Ikea made me paint a load of Warhammer models. I'll catch you after this. So this video has come about because me and Josh went to a lovely hotel in Nottingham the other week, and we spent some time with some awesome content creators. Scott, Vincey V, Ninjon, and Guy from Midwinter Minis. We met up to do a podcast.
Guys who are underqualified for their current jobs do a podcast known as
Traps Under Plastic. Nailed it.
So hanging out with some awesome content creators, it got me really inspired because we were looking at some of the really well painted models that were done by other people out there on Instagram and things, and I thought, Christ, I should really go through all my models and do something. The problem is, like everybody else, you've got to root through a cupboard.
I hate cupboards.
I don't like that. So I thought, you know what? Let's do something that'll inspire me to paint more minis. Sorry for nicking your line, Scott, but I actually do paint miniatures. So when I got home, I went in my loft and I found an old glass cabinet, which is the Tabletop from Ikea. And I got it out and I started putting my armies in it. When I say armies, I got an army in it, which was a bit unfortunate, but just having it there for the week, it looked nice. But what actually happened was, on an evening when I'd finished work and we'd finished recording for the day, I actually picked up a couple of models and actually sat and painted a few times over that week. But there's a few things I really don't like about the Tabletop shelf. The fact that it's all glass, it picks up fingerprints like going out of fashion, and it also gets dust all over it. I'm not a big fan. And if I ever want to repurpose it for anything, it's just a display cabinet. It's not like a shelf. And there is a lot of dead space in between. You can buy other glass shelves, but when I actually started looking into it, there was a cheaper option. So I thought I'd have a look on Squidmar's website and have a look what I can actually do and what we can actually make. And I settled on a Kallax unit because this whole office is built with Kallax units. And I didn't know that Ikea did glass shelves. So it got delivered and Josh had this great idea to build it downstairs.
What are you doing, Luke?
You advised me, Josh.
Who advised you?
My informant
You.
advised me to build it downstairs because we've got more room downstairs.
And then carry it upstairs.
And then carry it upstairs.
Carry it up the narrow staircase.
I do live in a 100 and God knows how many years old Georgian house. And yes.
This 3x4 kayak unit. Kallax unit. So what are you doing now? Dismantling it?
Yeah.
So we can get it upstairs?
Yeah, I'm making it bite-sized.
Do you regret your decisions?
You will. So while we're getting the cabinet upstairs, let me tell you about this video sponsor. Now this video sponsors Tabletop Terrain. If you're in the market for some awesome terrain with playable interiors that you can print at home very simply, this is the Kickstarter for you. These models are all supportless, meaning you just throw them on the bed and they're ready to print. They've got amazing playable interiors that are a good size for you to play your war games inside the buildings. There's even room to add additional furniture and customise the insides for all your gaming needs, whether that be role-playing, whether that be tabletop skirmish games. Playing inside buildings is a great mechanic, and being able to do it with buildings at this scale is very nice. And the Kickstarter is so close to unlocking the furniture, dice towers, bridges and even more. So show your support to Tabletop Terrain and check out all the links below to their Kickstarter to unlock some awesome stretch goals. And thanks for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. So the best thing about the Kallax units is, one, they're affordable if you're buying them new, and they come in various sizes, so no matter what space you've got, you can buy one to fit. And if you don't want to buy one new, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, you can pick them up for pennies. Everybody's getting rid of them. Now I didn't realise that Ikea do glass shelves, and you get 2 shelves for £10. So for £10, I was already doubling the amount of space that I had in the Tabletop glass cabinet originally. So I actually bought quite a lot of packs of these. I think I bought 8 packs of shelves in the end. And I kitted out the Kallax unit with all the shelves. Because I've gone for a black Kallax unit, I thought it'd be best to put some LED strip lights in the back. The reason I put them in the back is because on the front, there were too much glare. So I put them on the back and that light hits the glass and it does diffuse around there quite nicely. But if you were going for an oak or a white Kallax unit, I don't even think you'd need the lights. But if you want to put them in, it will add a little bit of display to your cabinet. So this was the biggest shocker. I forgot how much I actually had. There was models that I didn't even remember that I'd started as projects for videos and things like years ago. And getting them all out there was kind of therapeutic, and just looking at them looks so cool on a shelf. But this did take a long time to get them all out. It took me about 3 hours. All my Kings of War armies, I've got my Troll army, I've got my Dwarf Slayer army that's made up of all Dwarf Slayers, even a giant that's been sculpted and converted to look like a Dwarf Slayer. My Demon army full of Zinch. Even right down to models that I really did think I forgot, like my Saga army. And then some of my favourite 40k armies, as you've seen on my channel for a while, I've got my Praetorian Guard, which will be an ongoing project that I don't think will ever end because they're just amazing. My Snakebites army, which you saw that I bought from Mayfield Miniatures for a cheap army. I've got Necrons. And then over onto my Age of Sigmar stuff, I've got more of this than I think I'll ever need. But the undead of this is taking up 4 entire shelves, and I really need to turn that into 2 armies for Kings of War and Age of Sigmar. So once I'd put my favourite armies out there, I started rooting through the cupboards and I found some really unfinished projects. Now, the Dwarf Slayer army, the Fire Slayer army from Age of Sigmar, completely forgot I had it. And since putting it on that shelf, I've picked it up, I've based it, and I've got it ready for just doing a final highlight when I've got a bit more time to finish off. Now that's another army I can use. I've got a load of undead models. I've got a load of stuff that I can pick at and I can always see them. And being able to see them gives that constant inspiration to do them. And having a display cabinet is the best thing for improving productivity. Since having the space and to do it, I absolutely love it. One, it looks cool, so when people come round, they always look at it. And the other thing is, you're not thinking, what have I got? Where did I put it? It's just out on display, ready for you to get. And all I've done is all the stuff that's unfinished, I've brought it close to the front so I can see it at all times. So guys, bit of a different video, but seriously, having a display cabinet in your room, if you've got the space, no matter how big it is, really helps with productivity because it's always a constant reminder of what you've got. And sometimes I've got an itch to paint when usually I wouldn't have because I'd have to go rooting in a cupboard. Sort your productivity out, get yourself a display cabinet. So guys, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out all the links below where you can support me by using my products. I'd also like to thank Tabletop Terrain for sponsoring this video. Check out them Town of Gregsdale models because they are bloody lovely. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you again for the next video. Love, love, love.